In Americans suffering from chronic pain, almost half will go without relief, often as a result of going undiagnosed. We're about to bust 3 common myths about pain, but first a look at how hard it can be to diagnose some disorders. It was a diagnosis 18-year-old Sadab Rahman never saw coming after falling down and injuring his knee twice.
I fell down an escalator and subsequently tore my meniscus in my left knee.
But the pain was beyond the injury.
The pain got to a point where I actually couldn't leave my house.
After visiting several doctors and hospitals, no one could figure out the root of his pain.
A lot of the time, doctors will say that pain is in your head.
Dr. Human Dinesh, director of integrative pain management at Mount Sinai Hospital, diagnosed him with complex regional pain syndrome, CRPS.
Essentially what it is an overreaction to an injury, and what happens is your body becomes oversensitized to pain. So a light touch or anything like that can make you scream in pain.
It's a difficult disorder to diagnose, and although rare, CRPS is more common than first thought.
The numbers are approximately 26 per every 100,000 people, but just to put that into perspective, rheumatoid arthritis is about 30 per 100,000.
And for Sadab, he's slowly getting better.
I still have a long way to go because I wake up with the level 9 pain, and out of 10, of course. I'm determined to not let it affect me.
There are so many myths about chronic pain that often cause people to go undiagnosed. Dr. Jennifer Ashton is here to tackle 3 of these myths that we have. I was just talking about my mom. I mean, she was in chronic pain. She'd get tested, and the doctor would go like, well, we tried everything,
right.
And they'd try and say, no, it's in your mind. Is that truth or myth?
That is a huge myth, Robin, and we have to bust these open right now, because that's the problem. People with chronic pain, they get made to feel that they're crazy, and sometimes even by doctors, which is the worst thing. And we know that there is significant evidence that people who suffer chronic pain undergo structural, functional, molecular changes in the brain in terms of their anatomy. They have a reduction in the gray matter density, which is the major part of our brain, metabolic changes in the brain, and guess what? These things all disrupt signal processing in the brain. So this is new meaning to it's all in your head.
And how about the meaning of putting a name to it? People want to say, having chronic pain, is that a disease?
Well, this is a loaded question, and actually we're going to label this one a truth, because there is huge debate going on right now as we speak in the world of pain medicine about the fact that pain medicine, that chronic disease is really a disease. And if you look at the definition of disease, a disorder or function that produces specific signs or symptoms, whether this affects the bladder, interstitial cystitis, fibromyalgia, vulvodynia, these people are suffering. And so, yes, it is now considered a chronic disease.
I've been talking to you and Dr. Besser about this shoulder pain that I've been having for quite some time now. And sometimes a massage makes it feel a little bit better, but that doesn't really mean it's not serious.
That's right. And people think, oh, if a massage helped you, it's not real. That is a big myth, and I'm going to show you why. If you look at this animation, it has to do with something called the gate control theory of pain. Basically, if you have pain, let's say in your arm, those pain signals go up the body, through the spinal cord, into the brain. If you start having a massage, there's a gate there. It can only let one signal through at a time, so you feel less of the pain and more of the massage. That's why studies have been done, not using rusty nails, but actually using spike mats for people with chronic pain, and they actually perceive less intensity. And my trick, when I give a patient an injection, I'm going to pinch you. I pinch the skin hard first. The body registers that pinch, so when the needle goes in, you don't feel the needle.
My doctor, because I'm often being, I was wondering why they do that.
Not to be mean.
No. And thank you for explaining this, because we've been wondering why we've had this.
Why we brought that in the morning.
Okay. But a lot of people are talking about this series. It is a problem with a lot of people, so thank you, Jen.
Such an important topic.
Okay, and go online. Jen will be happy to answer any of your questions.